Good morning. I did like to welcome everyone. Thank you for your participation today in this discussion. My name is Zakaria Pratama. The hell of this meeting.
Morning. Thank you for having us.
Good morning to
Morning, sir.
First of all, we thanks good. So we all can gather here, have this discussion in this beautiful day with have body and meat. Since everyone is there, we will start the discussion. Please pay attention to the topic so we can discussion it properly later and come to the solution. For Jove, please present the material.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we will pay attention to it properly.
excuse me, sir. You can see my share screen.
Yes, I can see now, Mr. Patar.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so in this beautiful morning, I will start my presentation for the topic about palm oil for a better life. But before I present the study, first of all, I will introduce myself. My name is Joffe Panjaitan, and I will be the presenter of this discussion this morning. So, in this morning we will discuss about how and why is that palm oil take a role in making life better. So, Mr. Patar, can you next slide? Okay. So before we jump into the topic first, we have to know what is palm oil, the definition, and what it can do. So first, palm oil is an edible vegetable oil derived from the mesocarp or reddish pulp of the fruit of the oil palm. The oil is used in food manufacturing, in beauty products such as cosmetics, lipsticks, makeup, blushing, and something like that, and as fuel. Palm oil accounted for about 33% of global oil produced from oil crops in 2014. Next, Mr. Patar. So, after the statement that I gave, I'm sure that you are curious about what kind of things that require palm oil for their ingredients. So, for the first, firstly, is consumer retail food and snack manufacturers. So I want you to know that if you buy snacks in supermarket such as Cheetos or biscuits and something like that, it requires palm oil as the ingredient. Uh, Secondly, is personal care and cosmetics. So lipstick, blushing, makeup, cosmetics, shampoo, soap, everything requires palm oil. Third is animal feed. So when you feed your animal, when you feed your pet, with for the example, your cat, you feed it with whiskas. Um, it requires also palm oil in the ingredients. The next one is biofuel and energy. So we all have heard that in Indonesia, Indonesia developed B50 that requires palm oil, use palm oil as its energy. The next one is pharmaceutical. Uh, what it means that um, in the world of medicine, it uses palm oil also as the ingredient. The next one is industrial and food services. Next slide, Mr. Patar. What is palm oil role in rural areas? So we want to know that palm oil plantation development has become the meeting point of development approaches for rural development, rural economic development, and strengthening of rural community livelihood systems. The development of oil plantation itself is part of a significant policy for rural development implemented by the government of Indonesia. With the main strategy aim of an export-oriented plantation sector under contracted farming arrangements. Strategy involves both large-scale plantation and smallholders in a single organization of production with the goal to provide benefits to family farm business. That's right, Mr. Patar. So, there is potential for palm oil to benefit smallholders and to contribute to poverty reduction. So, when we are talking about palm oil, the people always getting creative when they talking about the bad things of palm oil, such as deforestation, land clearing by burning the forest, um, the role of palm oil itself in economic, and something else. Some of the reasons they attack palm oil is because they misunderstood what palm oil is, or they just throwing hate around towards palm oil. So one of the palm oil black campaign is palm oil didn't help reducing poverty in rural area. But the big question is it true? Well, according to my data, the reason why palm oil exists, one of them, is to open and build economy in rural area. Palm oil family business development increasing fast from 142,000 units in 1990 to 2.2 million units in 2016. It didn't burden the government budget and very, very revolutionary. Any question for the discussion?
Yes, I have a question, sir.
Yes, Mr. Anchit, you may ask your question.
Okay, I don't agree with your statement. Not every family have palm oil business. So I think it is only benefit those who have palm oil business, not everyone. What about people who have other business?
That is an interesting question, Mr. Anchit.
Excuse me, for interesting, I can answer my Anches question.
Yes, you may, Mr. Patar.
Well, because I grew up in rural area, from that I see that many goods and services relate to palm oil plantation. For example, like fertilizer, pesticide, plantation tools, and machinery, groceries, net for employees and stationary, net for office that involves small, but or medium business beside palm oil business.
Excuse me for interrupting, Mr. Patel.
Yes, Mr. Ranches.
Well, what you just have said is makes sense, but is there any proof or data that support your statement, Mr. Patel?
Well, according to PASPA in 2014, Mr. Ranches that small business provide good and service for palm oil plantation in rural area. Experience grew from 555 to 707 unit per 1,000 1,000 hectare palm oil plant that already bud fruit.
Mr. Patel, people which overly depend on palm oil plantation is not good for the people.
Sorry for interrupting, but I believe, Mr. Anchit, that the growth of palm oil plantation always supported by small business around the plantation itself, and it builds this some kind of mutualism connection where both sides need each other.
Totally agree. And small business will develop into something with quality and self-financing mentality based on local research.
But What about palm oil role in poverty reduction? Is there any contribution to people besides helping smallholder or family who have business?
Interesting, Mr. Francis.
Well, for the question, Mr. Antis, I believe that palm oil plantations have CSR or corporate social responsibility that provide infrastructure development, education for kids, also people in general, and health to rural area. And also, palm oil plantation create employment for locals according to their ability. So if the locals have skill in fertilized plants or something like that, we as a corporate we can recruit them.
True, and I believe that palm oil plantation include local endoplasma program so that they have their own palm oil plantation.
Okay, thank you for the information that I don't know until now. It meant a lot for me according to World Bank that palm oil development give an important contribution to poverty reduction and PASPI from the palm oil production improvement relate to poverty reduction.
Yes, all right.
All right. Thank you for today's discussion. I come to solution that palm oil plantation take a big role in poverty reduction, especially in rural area, with the facilities and have the palm oil plantation profit. I, because on the all people will the profit and live a good life. Thank you for today, and I will see you in the next discussion.
Thank you,
Okay, thank
sir.
you, sir.